Cutting is one of the most critical stages in fashion design. Yet it is one of the most overlooked. Many designers believe that sewing is where mistakes happen. But in reality, most sewing problems are already decided at the cutting stage. If cutting is wrong, stitching becomes stressful, fitting becomes difficult, finishing looks forced, and no matter how skilled you are at sewing, you'll keep fighting the fabric. Cutting is not just about separating fabric. It is about planning the entire garment. In this video, we'll talk about the most common cutting mistakes fashion designers make, why they happen, and how to avoid them, especially if you want your work to look clean. Professional and intentional. 1. Rushing the cutting process. One of the biggest mistakes designers make is cutting in a hurry. This usually happens when there is pressure from clients, deadlines are close, or the designer is overconfident. Cutting feels less creative than designing or sewing. So many designers try to get it out of the way. But rushed cutting leads to uneven pieces, measurement errors, misaligned patterns. Once fabric is cut, there is no undo button. Professional designers slow down during cutting. They understand that one extra minute at the cutting table can save hours later. Cutting should be calm, focused, and intentional. If you ever feel rushed, pause. Rushing costs more than waiting. 2. Cutting without confirming measurements. Another common mistake is trusting old measurements or assumptions. Many designers reuse old client measurements, guess sizing, or assume this is close enough. But bodies change, posture differs, fit preferences vary. Cutting without confirming measurements often causes tight shoulders, pulling armholes, unbalanced waistlines. A half-inch error can ruin the entire garment. Professional designers recheck measurements, confirm posture, observe body shape. They understand that measurements are not just numbers, they represent a real body. Always confirm before you cut. 3. Ignoring fabric grain and direction. Fabric has behavior, and that behavior is controlled by grain and direction. Many designers cut fabric without paying attention to grain line, stretch direction, fabric flow. This causes garments to twist when worn, pull to one side, lose balance. Some designers only notice this problem after sewing, when it's already too late. Professional designers always align patterns correctly. They test fabric movement before cutting. Fabric must work with the design, not against it. Ignoring grain is like building a house on weak ground. 4. Wrong or inconsistent seam allowance. Seam allowance seems small, but it has a huge impact. Common mistakes include forgetting seam allowance entirely, adding too much allowance, adding different allowances on different pieces. This causes bulky seams, fitting difficulties, uneven finishing. Too little allowance limits adjustments. Too much allowance affects structure. Professional designers decide seam allowance.